So all we need for today is we need pieces of paper, white pieces of paper. So if you got pieces of paper, computer paper, if you got drawing paper, thick cardstock paper, whatever works, we just need paper. And to start, just a pencil. Any pencils here, any kind of pencil that you have. If you have a handy dandy eraser nearby, if there's any kind of, tweaking that you need to do, you have an eraser. If it's attached to your pencil, great. If you want a detached eraser and you have that, great. So that's what we're gonna start with. And if you want afterward, you could take a black marker, any kind of black marker, and outline everything. And at the end, if you really want, you can take colored pencils, crayons, markers, whatever it is, and you can just kind of color it in however which way you want. And then at the very end, I want to talk to you about what is over, where am I here? What's over this way, okay? Why this guy is looking like that, okay? So we're going to talk about that at the end, okay? That's super fun. So any questions about the materials that we need? Again, just white pieces of paper, pencil, and eraser. That's it. Okay, we good? Thumbs up for those that I can see. Okay, awesome. All right, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to learn about some cartoon faces, and we're going to be talking about expressions. Does anyone want to tell me what is an expression? What does expression mean? Anyone? Da-da-da. Who wants to take a guess? Or okay, Miss Pinsky. Is that Naomi?
If you're sad or mad.
And now like a motion.
What is it?
It's a face that someone makes.
Right, a face that you make, right? Exactly. An expression is what you're doing with your facial features, right? So if like you're telling me a scary story, I'm gonna be like, right, like have an expression of, ah, right? Or if you're telling me something like super happy and fun, I'll be like, oh my God, right? So my mouth is up, my eyes are up, my eyebrows are up, right? I'm like super excited. If someone's telling like a really boring story, right? And I'm just like, right? Like my eyes are kind of like, bleh, right? So there's lots of different expressions that we can make. Some people are more expressive than others. There's a saying that, like if you stay like that, if you look like that, you might freeze that way, right? Because, people have like, right, like a bad face. So you always want to have a happy smile. So in case, you always look happy. Okay, let's talk about different expressions though, because happy is good, but drawing different cartoon expressions, that's what can make for really funny illustrations, funny comics, funny cartoons, and it's my favorite thing to draw, to be honest. My favorite thing to draw, cartoons. I love it, love it, love it. Hello to the bidders. Hi. So I'm going to show you, we're going to do some grids. We're going to make some lines on our paper, and then we're going to draw different expressions. So I'm just going to show you right here a quick sneak peek of different expressions that I've got here. So I've got happy and sad and angry and scared and all these different expressions. And you know what's going to happen? Sometimes expressions, and I'm drawing a certain, I actually make the face. So if I'm like drawing like, like, I don't know, like a disgusted face, I might be like, as I'm drawing my face. So keep in mind, think about what your face is looking like when you're drawing it. Okay, I'm going to switch over to my paper. Any questions before we begin?
What do we need to bring?
Oh, white paper, pencil, and eraser. I've got my Canadian pencil because Canada is fantastic. I also married a Canadian. All right, here we go. Switching. Woo! All right, so here I am over here. And what we're going to do today, this is a half-hour class, so we're not going to do, I did a lot of different grids. We're going to do about, I would say, let's do about 6 expressions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper, I've got it going this way, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line going straight down the middle of my paper. Zoop, just like that. Line going straight down. You guys can stick with your pencil. I'm going to do a Sharpie marker because that comes out pretty dark. And so I just want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so I've got my line going straight down the middle. Mrs. Schechter, are you joining us too? Yay! Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that piece of paper and I'm gonna turn it on its side. So we've got it going the long way. Oh, there goes my camera going blurry again. There we go. Okay, what I wanna do now, and do you see, it's not perfect, and that is okay because we're not about perfection, guys. We are not about perfection. We're about just drawing and having fun. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make 2 lines coming down like this. So I turned my paper this way. So now my line is going horizontal. And then I'm going to make a line coming down on one side and then another line coming down on the other side. So what I should have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares on my paper. So again, it's a line going right down. And then I've got 2 lines coming down kind of in the middle, not all the way in the middle, but a little bit on the sides. So I've got 6 squares. Any questions on squares? Okay. Awesome. Yes, you got it. You got it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're focusing on eyes and mouths today, okay? So we're gonna focus on eyes and mouths, so we're not gonna worry about head shapes and hairdos and all that stuff. So what we can do right now is we can put in 6 circles right here in each square. So I'm going to put a circle right there, and a circle like that. And I'm just putting in my circles like so. And if some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, some of them are a little bit more lopsided, great, fantastic. All right, so I have 6 squares, 6 circles, and now here is where we bring them to life and we get them all comic and cartooned. So we're going to start on each circle. We're going to start with the eyes. We're going to start with the first square. Now you can choose any circle you want to start with. It does not matter the order, so you can choose whichever one you want. These are all heads, and we're all going to make them in different expressions. So I'm going to start with happy, and then I will take suggestions, and we can do different expressions if you want to give me any suggestions for an expression. Say that 10 times fast. Suggestion for expression. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna start with happy. So if you want, you can always label it. If you need to remind yourself what you're drawing, right? Happy, I even did an exclamation point because it's super happy. All right, so with my eyes, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to come here, not all the way at the tippy top, right? That's the forehead. I'm gonna come about here towards the top of my head, and I'm going to make 2 big circles. 1 and 2. Now I can make them touching each other, or I can make a little space. It's totally up to you if you want them touching right there in the middle, or if you want a little space apart. Okay, now this is my happy guy. So I'm going to make another circle right in there, fitting another smaller circle right in there. So that's what we got. Now, if you have your pencil, or if you want with a marker, we're gonna color this whole thing in. What I like to do, and I'll just show you on this guy here, what I like to do is I like to leave a tiny, tiny little white circle and then color the rest of it in, because that shows a nice shiny pupil. In the middle of our eye, right, we've got the black pupils right in the middle of our eye. So I'm just gonna do a tiny little circle there and then color the rest in. Tiny little circle, and color the rest in. So I've got that teeny tiny little shine. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got that little shine that I left in there. All right, so this guy has eyes. He does not seem happy yet, but this is where we're gonna put in that big smile. All right, so we're gonna put in a nice big smile. One thing, the nose, we're not worrying too much about the nose, so you can make your nose however which way you want for cartooning. We're focusing on eyes and mouths today. So however which way, if you want to make a letter J, if you want to make that little swoopy nose, if you want to make a circle nose, whatever you want. You want to make a pig nose, go for it. It's your nose. So make it however which way you want. And now for the mouth, for the happy, happy mouth. Here we go. We're going to make a very big, wide U shape coming underneath the nose, coming from the sides of our circle, big, happy smile. Now he looks kind of like a Muppet. So we're gonna drop open that mouth because he is so happy. We're gonna drop down this U shape. We're gonna drop it down on one side and curve it and pull it back up. He's really jazzed. I don't know what he's jazzed about, but he's jazzed. Okay, now his mouth is open. And when we make cartoons with mouths open, you could add in teeth, you could add in a tongue, but most of that mouth is actually colored in black. So it's a nice dark mouth where our mouths are open and it's dark in there, right? It's dark inside. So I'm gonna add a little bump for my tongue. So I put that at the bottom of my U shape, little bump. And I'm gonna color in the rest of my mouth. So it is dark. So I'm coloring this all in. And now we've got a really happy guy who is so excited. His mouth is wide open. He's like, woo, yeah. Looks like he's saying yeah. Now, what's something else on our face that really shows expression? Anyone else know what's on our face that shows expression? We did the eyes, we put that little nose in there, and we gave that big mouth, but what else gives expression? Talya Cohen, what is it?
Our eyebrows.
Yes, indeed, our eyebrows. So this guy, he's super happy. I'm gonna put his eyebrows up, hanging out way above his eyes like that. So now he's like, woo! If you want, you can add a little bit of a curve at the edges of his lips, right, his mouth, because he's really happy. And we've got a really happy guy. This is where you guys can like have fun. You can add in some ears, you can add in some hair. Woo! You can kind of jazz it up however which way you want, but we've got that expression of happiness, and however you want to put the hair and the ears, that's all up to you. That is your choice. You want to have purple hair, go for it. You want to have straight hair, go for it. You want to have giant curly hair, go for it. Okay. Anyone want to give me a, let's see, who wants to give me a suggestion for the next expression? Zahava. Just kidding. Shalva. I told you I'd get it. Shalva.
Surprise.
Surprise. Okay. Should we do surprise, everyone? You ready? Let's do a surprised face. That's always fun. So I'm going to write here on the bottom, surprise, surprise. This is a surprised face. Surprise. All right, here we go. This is an easy one. It's almost similar to happy, but this guy is a little bit more like, whoa, right? So again, I'm gonna put in those big giant eyes because their eyes are big because they're surprised. So again, it's two circles right next to each other. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm not gonna make the pupil so big here. I'm going to make just a circle in the middle because their eyes are really wide, right? The eyes are really wide. This guy, it's filling up a little bit more. This guy, they're surprised. Maybe it's their surprise party and they just walked in. Maybe, I don't know, what else would they be surprised about? So many things. Maybe they opened a present that they were not expecting and they are so surprised. All right, so there are my eyes. Again, nose, whichever way you want to put your nose, does not matter. And now we're going to put in our surprised mouth. So the surprised mouth will be sort of like the happy mouth, but it's a little bit more, it depends if this person is surprised happy, right? So I'm putting like a little curved line like that. Surprised happy or surprised like scared. And I'm doing kind of this wobbly drop down line. You see, I kind of wobbly drop down. This guy's like happy surprised, like, whoa. And I'm gonna color in the whole mouth black.
For mine, I also did like some dimples on my happy face.
Yes, you can add in a couple dimples, exactly. You can add in extra lines, extra dimples. Exactly. So I'm coloring this whole thing because he's like really like, whoa, whoa. And you want to color the whole thing in, dark mouth. And for the eyebrows, he's more than happy. He is surprised. So you could put those eyebrows over his head if you want, or just really high up on his head. But he's like, oh my gosh. And that gives you that really surprised, like eyebrows literally jumping off his face. He is so surprised. So that one's an easy one. That one's similar to happy, right? He's like super surprised. Does anyone have a suggestion for another expression? Malky, Schechter.
Sad.
Sad. Oh, sad. Okay. Sad. Now we're going to see if your expression turns sad when you're drawing sad. Okay, this is sad. I'm not giving an exclamation point next to sad. Woohoo. So sad. All right. With happy and surprised, we made these big, giant, bright eyes, right? We're like, woo, right? We made these big mouths. We're going to go the opposite with our eyes and our mouth. We're going to droop everything kind of downward, right? Everything's kind of like, mwah, mwah. So we're going to make our circles for our eyes more in like a diagonal oval. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to make like a oval kind of going down, right? Oval going down in this direction. And then right next to it, an oval going down in the other direction. So already they're really sad. Okay, let's make them even sadder. This person's super sad. All right, so we got that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put in a little dot for the pupil. And I'm putting it a little bit lower down because everything's drooping down because they're super sad. And then the same direction that we made our eyes, the eyeballs, I'm going to put my eyebrows drooping in the same direction, kind of just down, diagonal lines. And then again, any kind of nose you want. I do that for my nose, any kind of nose. And now what we could do is our mouth. Mouth is also downward. But instead of just doing that upside down U shape, I'm going to give it a little bit of a curve. So I'm going to start on one side. I'm going to pull it up and then down and then up and then down. So kind of like they're about to cry. They're like welling up, right? And then you could put those downward dimples down like that. And if you want, you could even add some tears. I'm going to put, you know how like when in a cartoon, when their eyes well up, their eyes literally well up with tears. So I put a little puddle on the bottom of their eyes. And I would put that little line of tears. Super sad. And again, any kind of ears and hair, however which way you want to do that. If you want to do that up that cartoon, you can. Hair, ears, up to you. Any other ideas for an expression? Miss Gordon.
Angry.
Angry. Okay. Now, it's not good to be angry in real life, right? However, it's one of my favorite expressions to draw. So we can draw it, but we don't want to act it, you know, as much. Not that I ever get angry, right? No one here ever gets angry, right? No, I'm just kidding. It's an emotion. Feel the feels. Okay, so angry. Here's one of my favorite ones. I'm going to start, I'm actually not going to make my circles, right? And I'm not going to make full circles. Even for that sad face, I made full circles, right? I'm actually going to start with a wavy line towards the top of my head. So I'm going to make this kind of line. I'm going to do sort of like I made the sad mouth. I'm going to do that up top to start my eyes. Up, down, up, down. Okay, and you're like, what is happening here? Why are you giving him a unibrow? What is going on? Don't worry, it's not a unibrow, it's a furrow. All right, so try not to furrow too much because you might get wrinkles. So this is the furrow. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down, again, that U shape on one side and drop down that U shape on the other side. All right, already he's kind of starting to look kind of mad. Can you see it? All right, here we go. So now we're going to make him even more angry looking. We're going to give him his dots for his eyes, and if you want, you can make it a little bit more cross-eyed or not, it's up to you, but whatever it is, I'm putting it down towards the bottom, like he's super mad. And I'm putting it closer to the bottom, sitting on that U shape. And I'm going to add in a vertical line right here in the middle for that furrow, right? If you knit your eyebrows together, you get that line right down the middle. But don't hold it that way. You might freeze like that. And we're going to give him slanty eyebrows. Now, instead of the eyebrows going down this way because they're sad, we're going down this way because they're mad. So I'm going to make some big, mad, slanty eyebrows. He's really angry about something. I don't know, you guys. Something got him really mad. All right, again, any kind of nose you want, maybe a little bit more snarly nose, up to you. And we're gonna make a snarly kind of a mouth, okay? This guy's like mad. So I'm making a smile, and you're like, wait a minute, maybe he is angry, like, you know, like when, like the evil villain, right? Like, meh, I just did something bad. But I'm gonna just make him kind of like regular mad, but snarling mad. So I'm gonna pull this back down and around and then come back to a point. All right, now he still looks kind of happy mad. But I'm going to take this weird shape here, draw a line in the middle, and give him some teeth. He is baring his teeth. He's really upset. Hopefully he'll take some deep breaths. Hopefully he'll do some meditation, and hopefully he'll calm down. But he's mad. Now, he still looks kind of smiley mad. If you want, just drop it down. You could drop it all the way down to make him more of a mad face, like mad mouth. So it's up to you what kind of mad mouth he has. But the eyes are still like that. If he's really steaming mad, you know, like the steaming mad, you could have steam coming out of his ears, right? That steamy, like, I'm so mad. Don't know what I'm mad about, but I'm mad. I'm in a bad mood. Watch out. You guys, I never get in bad moods. Just ask Mrs. Schechter. She knows. There's someone on here who's known me for a very long time.
I missed what you said, but I heard my name.
Oh, I said I never get in bad moods.
Oh, never.
All right, I need another suggestion. Anyone else want to give me a suggestion of an expression?
Disgusted.
Ooh, disgusted. Okay. Ahava, I saw your hand raised, so remind me, you're gonna get this last one, okay? Okay. Disgusted. Okay. Woo! Yeah, I love disgusted too. I guess I like the mad and angry and bad ones because they're fun to draw. They're not fun to feel, right? We don't want to like to feel these things, but they're fun to draw. All right, so it's actually very similar to angry for the eyes, a little similar. I'm gonna make kind of a downward line and a downward line. They don't have to be touching if you don't want them to be touching, but it's that downward line to start the top of my eyes because they're kind of like, ugh. And then again, pulling out that U shape. And then a dot in the middle and a dot in the middle. And they don't have to be super cross-eyed or all the way down below. It's kind of just like more like this. And then for this one, They're a little disgusted. Can anyone raise one eyebrow? Here, I'm switching over to myself for 1 second. Can anyone do one eyebrow raise? Can anyone do that? I've always been very good at it. I mean, these are good. These are good. Some are better than others. It's like the hook eye, or fish hook, like grabbing the eyebrow. I can't do it on the other side. I can only do it on one side. All right. With that being said, we're going to make this guy have that look. One eyebrow is kind of going down, like, ugh, right? Like, ew, what are you showing me? Like, or, you know, like their cat just brought a mouse inside the house, ugh, right? I don't have a cat. Okay, so then we have the other eyebrow that's more like happy or surprised, which is arching upward, like, right? Down and up. Okay, so that's kind of like our weird eyes, eyebrow thing going on here. Now we're gonna put in that nose, regular nose, and then disgusted. This person's kind of like fairly disgusted. They're kind of like, ew, stop, like that's gross. Don't talk to me anymore about that, you know, gross, you know, whatever it is you're talking about. So I'm gonna do this wobbly line, just kind of like a wobble line straight across. And then tongue sticking out. So it's this long, narrow U and a little dash in the middle. And they're like, ugh, that's so gross. Ew. Boom, disgusted. And again, any kind of hair you want. Totally up to you. Any questions so far before we do the last but not least? Okay, Ahava Pinsky, take it away.
Jealous.
What is it?
Jealous.
Jealous. Okay, now jealous. Here we go. Jealous is how you spell jealous. Now, no one here is ever jealous of anyone because we are all happy with what we have. We are all happy with what we have, but if we were drawing our cartoons and our comics and we needed to make someone feeling a little jealous, maybe they're jealous of this guy because they're super happy. Maybe they're jealous of this guy because it's his surprise party. I don't know. We should teach him not to be jealous, disgusted, or angry. Here we go. Ready, guys? Last but not least, we're going to do jealous. So jealous is kind of like, we're going to make circles, just how we made the first one. So 2 circles. But this time around, and this can go for jealous or even bored, this time around, I'm going to draw a line going straight through both circles. They're just like, they're unimpressed, they're a little jealous, they're not so happy. And we're going to put 2 dots right underneath that line. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to give them, they're jealous. So jealousy is kind of, you know, not a good thing to do or be, right? So it's like kind of like angry. It's not the best feeling in the world. So we're going to give a little bit of a downward slant to our eyebrows. Again, whatever kind of nose you want. And then jealousy is sort of like an unhappy. So we're going to give like a little bit of a harumph. So all I did was this curved line, right? That frown, like a harumph. That's really the only word I can come up with when I draw that line. A harumph line. Okay, you can give some of those dimples down below, harumph. You can even give a little bit of a chin because they're really just harumph. All right, and then ears and kind of, you know, whatever kind of hair, whatever you want. But they're jealous. They're like, hey, he gets that and I don't. That's not fair. Now, obviously, we never feel this way about, you know, towards our siblings or anybody, right? We never feel jealous. But this is what we got. We've got 6 different expressions, 6 different eyes and mouths. Anyone want to show me what they have so far or what they have finished? Oh, amazing. Oh, I love these. These are so great. Oh my gosh. This is so awesome. All right, so here comes the fun part, you guys, okay? Here comes, well, this was fun. This was fun. But here comes another fun part, okay? I'm gonna leave this with you. This is what we're gonna end with. If you have another piece of paper, okay? Oh, I've got some Sharpie marker on there. If you have another piece of paper, or actually 2 pieces of paper, what you're going to do is you can choose any kind of eye shape that you created, okay? And any kind of mouth shape that you created. And what you can do is you can draw really big eyes, okay? So who wants to give me, I don't know, should we do happy? Thumbs up if we should do happy.
Jealous.
Jealous? Should we do jealous? Okay, we should do jealous. All right. Jealous could be bored or jealous. So you can make
Tired.
tired. It can also be tired. Yes. So what that is I'm going to put 2 eyes or 2 circles. I should say.
Excited.
2 eyes touching each other, and I'm making them really, really big. Now you guys can do any eyes you want. You don't have to do these eyes. You can do any eyes you want. So I was hearing tired. I was hearing bored. I was hearing jealous. So we're going to kind of do that. I'm coloring in really, really big. Really big. And if you want to attach any kind of eyebrows, kind of on the top, but they're attached because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these guys out, all right? I'm going to cut them out, but I'm going to put them off to the side for now. And I'm going to make my mouth. Any kind of mouth? What mouth should we do? Who wants to give me a mouth idea? Like for an expression.
Maybe
What is it?
happy.
Happy face. Okay. We're gonna do
Yawning.
oh, yawning. Oh, I like that. Okay, I already started with my happy face, so I'm just gonna kind of go with super happy. So happy. They have big teeth right here. So I'm making this line and I'm making it really big. Okay, I'm gonna drop down that bumpy tongue. And then this whole middle part, which I'm going to switch over to this kind of marker. This whole middle part is colored in really dark, really dark. Okay, now, why did I make really big eyes? And why did I make a really big mouth? Well, because what you could do is if you make a really giant eyes and really giant mouth and cut them out, this is a very fun thing to do. Now, with your parents' permission, okay, without ruining any furniture, walls, or anything in your house. With your parents' permission, you can take some tape on the back of it and find somewhere in your house that could serve as a nose, right? Or the backdrop of a face, and tape it on so that you have some kind of hilarious looking cartoon in your house. Okay? So you're gonna cut it out, and find areas in your house that you could make for a nose. So it could be your refrigerator handle, a doorknob. I don't want to give away any more, fun stuff, but find a place in your house so that you are, we're here. Okay, so you've got, wait, I'm going the wrong way. Here we go. Can everyone see that? So you find a place in your house, you tape up the eyes, tape up the mouth, and put them in random places. Okay, and you're basically, that's why I named the class Let's Face It, because we're facing things, right? We're putting our face, cartoon face, and so you can have hilarious face ensue, okay? And put it up, again, with your parents' permission. Don't put it anywhere that, you're not allowed, but it's really a lot of fun. And take a picture, okay? Send me the pictures that you take of where you put your hilarious cartoon expressions. What? Oh, I couldn't hear what you said. What did you say again? I couldn't hear. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, take a picture and send it to me. I want to let you know, if you like cartooning and comics as much as I do, come to my class on this Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're doing I have a weekly comics class, and this week we're doing cartoon Mad Libs. Okay, so if you like Mad Libs, come to my class on Tuesday. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I have all different classes. For those of you that don't take my classes yet, you can take all different classes every day of the week. in the fall, when everyone goes back to school, you can take after school classes, Sunday classes. So,
I see the mouth.
what?
I see the mouth.
You want to see? Yeah. This could be like a mask, right? Or mask. Wah! So yeah, tape it up. And if you tape it up in anywhere hilarious, send me a picture, okay? Email me the picture of where you put your face, your giant face. I got this guy looking kind of like, he looks like scared a little bit. We didn't do scared expression, but this is like scared. So he's kind of like, ugh. And his nose is my handle. So have fun finding noses in your house and taping it up somewhere. Again, parents' permission. And if you want, come to take any of my classes. And what else do I have to say before we say goodbye? I don't know. Any questions or comments before we go? All right. Mr. Zwiebel. I love that. That's a great, I like the beard. Yeah, you guys can add beards, eyebrows, I mean, whatever you want. All right, guys. It was wonderful doing some cartoon expressions with you. I hope you had fun. I'm going to go teach a 1 o'clock class now. We're going to make my pet birds. Oh, I already see the Pinskys already did it. Take pictures. I love seeing pictures. These are amazing. Oh my gosh. And Talya Cohen, those are amazing expressions. You guys enjoy. Make your own expressions with your face. Draw the rest. I love it. Oh my gosh, amazing. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you next time.